today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Fielded in the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And he more than did his part, the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
9-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
Minshew's pass.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. At their own. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
7-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
On the slant, this is Chark. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Out of the gun is Minshew. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew. Reception here by Ruggs. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
10 at their own 12-yard
So
line.
time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ellis. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up?
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew, and he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. The 20. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game. That they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down, Raiders.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 12. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Anthony Barr able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Anthony Barr able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
1 yard. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still...
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Joe Schobert in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Running back.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the draw, this is Fournette. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick slant to Hill. And the Jags are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette, and this time he is in. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here again comes Gardner Minshew. And this is, unfortunately for him, a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one into the hands of D.J. Shark. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. It's a good gain of 11, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Lambo on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. That time a 9-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Josh Lambo.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Marcus Williams on the coverage.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down.
Incomplete.
Jacobs now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
Here's Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
Now Minshew. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
To Josh Jacobs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensing the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. The throw taken in by Sims. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Complete.
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders get a score closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And it was the New England Patriots who will be moving on as they defeat the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. This is Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That one complete to Hill. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Raiders 7. Josh.
And Lambeau now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 20.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Minshew going to be intercepted for the third time. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lambo to add on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, 68 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
It's good, and it's now 35-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
The drive starts with a completion, left side.
The pass.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
57, Mike, 57.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gets this one to Hill. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Raiders.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Minshew sets to throw. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Gain of 7. And a Las Vegas 1st down.
Running is Jacobs. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
The handoff to Josh.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. 60 out now. 48, come on. What we got?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Minshew's pass.
Now Sam Sloman is on. From the right hash, this from 53.
53-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Jaguars 35. Raiders 14.
Comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. Now, first down run there for Fournette, but it won't accomplish much as he'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run it again with Fournette.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Raiders 14.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Looking to throw it, Minshew, and incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Intended for Darren Waller. Incomplete. Marcus Williams on the coverage.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just outside his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Hill on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
47-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ellis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Fournette running out of the gun. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
No gain on the play.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Fournette. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Looking for Hill again. This time it's complete. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest. And a 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Lambo on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Josh Lambo to kick.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's
That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Minshew. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Marcus Williams on the coverage.
Now Minshew. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Gain of 10. And the Raiders.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
It'll be Minshew again. Open man here, Sims, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
40 seconds to Mike. 40 seconds to Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Switch up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. K'Lavon Chaisson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Minshew. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
Minshew's pass thrown away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
57, Mike, 57.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Fournette. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He was brought down by Trayvon Mullen. It's a gain.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ellis.
That's good.
Well, partners, a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
The week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. The 30. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Sam Sloman.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
For 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
27, Leonard.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Leonard Fournette, the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The 44-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.